Okay, sounds good. The first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna link in the chat our attendance document if anyone wants to put their name on this. And there's a spot you can put your email address if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want me to like ever contact you, that would be helpful. Let's see. Make it to where you guys can actually use that. All right. And I also have a an agenda / notes document. So if anyone wants to add to this, it's going to be really hard for me to type and talk, and I know Mariana's running the Zoom stuff, so feel free to add to the agenda document. If anyone's in PDC, they may notice that I copied the PDC agenda format. Okay. So Mariana, do I need to do anything official as host as far as Zoom goes?
Nope, go ahead and just talk.
Cool, sounds great. Okay, hi, my name is Carrie Harris. If you don't know me, I work at Arkansas State University, and I am one of the co-chairs for the Emerging Professionals Committee. So welcome to the first digital online Emerging Professionals Committee meeting. Mariana, do you want to introduce yourself as the other co-chair?
Yes, of course. So as Carrie said, I'm co-chair as well. My name is Mariana Di Giacomo, and I am the Natural History Conservator at the Yale Peabody Museum. And I started as co-chair in Denver, right?
I think we like looped you in Berlin.
In Berlin, but officially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's been at it for a few years. Okay, so what we want to do today, we don't have a lot of time. We've got just a few business items that we really need to get to, and then we can spend time like chatting about emerging professionals if we need to do that. Our main pressing event is this Friday. We have the Emerging Professionals social event. And the way we're going to handle that is I think we want to set some breakout sessions. So Mariana's gonna host like the main social room, and I'm gonna cut off and host another breakout session, but we expect there are going to be a lot of people in that, so we probably need as many rooms as we can get. So if anyone else would be interested in hosting a breakout room at that social event, you can indicate that on our sign-up sheet. You can say yes, no, maybe, whatever you want to do. And as far as the subject for that, we're kind of open to ideas at this point. We want to keep a lot of it really social, obviously. I think people need a chance to just sit and chat with their peers. But we also thought it might be interesting to offer, like, I mean, not a workshop, but kind of like a focused session based on a topic. So if you have something you think would be really important to share with emerging professionals, certainly you could lead a breakout session on that topic. And we're going to try to come up with a list of what those sessions will be so that we can have that ahead of Friday. So does anybody have ideas off the top on something they would like to do for that in particular? Does anybody want to lead one? I'm seeing some yeses on the list.
So
here.
essentially, what we want to do is I'm going to be hosting the main one, which is going to be more social. So the goal is to create some breakout ones for emerging professionals that they can go to and learn about certain topics, like networking events, or how to choose a school, or conservation, or anything that anyone thinks that's something that an emerging professional would be interested in. And of course, we'll just have the social one, which is going to be the main one, which is going to be like we're dealing with right now, except that we're going to have the breakout rooms and we can just move people around. But the idea is that if anyone wants to host one, we didn't want to force anybody, like saying, hey, you do this, because we know that with the time zones and all of that, this can be challenging. So we just wanted to make sure that anyone that really wanted to be there could be there.
So are you guys looking at aiming it at students or more at emerging professionals, or are you looking for both?
We normally do both. Emerging professionals, we normally just characterize as anyone who thinks they're emerging in natural history. You can be someone who just started working in natural history, but comes from some other industry or academia or whatever, that maybe you were dealing with other things in your life before, and maybe you're in, I don't know, your 40s and you think, I'm not a young student to be with the emerging professionals. But actually, if you are emerging in the natural sciences, you are part of us. So anybody who wants to come is more than welcome.
Okay, so I work with the EMPs, with the Mountain Plants Museums Association here, and we have different levels. We used to do everything all together, and then we realized that we needed the different levels. So we actually have one for students, one for brand new EMPs who have been in the field like less than 3 years, and then we try to have sessions for those of us that are kind of transitioning out of into we're not emerging anymore. We've emerged. So I can try to come up with something by Friday. One of our EMP co-chairs is my co-presenter for this conference, so I can pick up.
Yeah, so all we need is someone who can dedicate some time to answer questions for emerging professionals, or actually ask more questions, and just starting conversations. And that's kind of what we're going to be missing with doing this virtually and not doing this in person, the networking opportunities and all of that. And we wanted to have a space in the emerging professionals Friday session so that people can actually just sit down and talk to each other.
Okay, I'll come up with something.
Thank you.
I will email you.
What we'll probably do, everyone that indicates that they're interested in hosting a breakout session sometime this week, we might send an email or have another meeting or something to talk about what we're going to do exactly and make our agenda and that kind of thing. The social event on Friday, I think it starts around 6 p.m. Central, but I'm not sure what the UTC time was. I saw Adani had a question. I think it's on my other screen. Okay, so on Friday, the Emerging Professionals event is UTC 23:30 to 1:30. So you can put that in your appropriate time zone. Yes, thanks, yeah. Christina.
11:30 p.m. For UTC.
So hopefully that translates to a better time for a lot of people. So in addition to the social, we are also, we're wanting to find ways to reach out to the emerging professionals community on a regular basis. In the past, we've had social media that we've used. We've had a blog that we had running for quite a while. We had blog posts every month, and a different person authored that blog, and that was pretty cool. But for the past couple of years, we've kind of gotten away from that, and so now we need to talk about what we liked, what works, and what we might want to do moving forward. So we have still, Mariana and I have still talked about bringing the blog back and moving forward with the blog, and we certainly could if we have enough interest in authorship. But we also could start putting out more information on our Facebook and our Twitter and things like that. And Mariana honestly has more ideas.
Well, it's just essentially that we want to be better at communicating with our emerging professionals and with all of those that are also interested in communicating with emerging professionals. So we would like to ramp up our social media, be more present. And for that, we of course need volunteers and people that are very interested in either feeding us content or actually being involved in running some of this social media. So what we're interested in is just communicating more, because I think that this opportunity is absolutely fantastic for us to expand what we've been doing, because this meeting has participation from so many places, so many different countries, and we're really excited for what can come. So we want to just get more people that are interested, more volunteers, and communicate better. I see a raised hand. I'm going to unmute you. Adania, is that your name?
It's Adania. Sorry, I just typed in the
sorry.
question. I forgot to lower my hand. I typed it in already.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. So essentially it's that. It's just we're trying to find better ways to communicate, and we want to find people who would be interested in helping us out with that. Because like I said, we have some things, but doing social media is a lot of work. It takes a long time. It takes a lot of resources. So, oh, I already see some people are interested. So we are going to, so what we would be really, really happy with is if you in the sign-in sheet, sorry, we put the, I was gonna say sharing document, here we go. You can put that if you're interested in social media or with helping out and all of that. We would very, very much appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm gonna add a new column so you can indicate what you would like to help with if you said you want to get more involved.
Great, that's awesome. So again, one thing that we did a couple years ago and was very successful, and we're thinking about doing it again, is a survey of our members. We asked about what their job was or what their school was or volunteering, or so what they were involved with, and what they wanted from us, how we could be better. So we ran a survey, and it was really great because it helped us capture a lot of great data. So we wanted to launch it again. We need to, fix some things here and there so we can, again, be better at helping out with what our emerging professionals want. So one thing that I think is really important is if we launch it, then spreading the word and getting a lot of people to share that survey and gather some more data. And I think, again, we all kind of know who we are, but once you actually have the data, it's much easier to make decisions and plan, because, again, a lot of personal experience can say, oh no, emerging professionals are, this group or that group, but actually we're way more diverse than we think we are. And if we are now starting to get all this amazing input from all these international communities, we can also be better at reaching out to those international communities. What do we need? Do we need translations? Do we need, so there are a lot of things that we can help with that would be amazing to bring more people to the committee. I really like that, Haley. The pandemic hitting everybody. I don't like the pandemic hitting everybody. I like the resources to help people deal with that. So yes, these are great ideas.
I agree.
Drop them in the doc or in the sign-in sheet. Just put things out there.
Absolutely.
And that's also a question that we can add to the survey, whether you have been impacted and how you've been impacted. So all those things are things that we can include in there as well to, again, know more about who we are and how the emerging professionals have been changing throughout Spanish. Because now we have this data point, and we create another one, and then in a while we create another one, we start understanding the needs, where we have addressed those needs, and where we still need to work on.
In the meantime, while we're still developing the survey, that might be a really good idea for a blog post. Have somebody who's willing to write a blog post over their experiences, or maybe multiple people. We could even do a series on it.
So Sol Tankov, she's saying that she's from Argentina. She's a conservator. And speaking about building a bridge with language, that's why I brought that up. I am originally from Uruguay, and I do know the struggles of people that English is not their native language, and we do need a lot of that. I am also involved with another organization that's called Apoyo Online, which is an organization that tries to build those bridges. It's been with the cultural heritage sector, a lot of the work has been done with the American Institute for Conservation and others. And so since I'm also a member of them, I can, start bringing some of those things to Spinach if this is something that the committee is interested in.
I think that's a great idea. Absolutely.
All right, so 11:19. I'm trying to keep us,
Yeah. It's actually going a lot more smoothly than I expected. I didn't come up with very many agenda items because I was worried 30 minutes wouldn't be enough time. But I mean, if anyone wants to unmute themselves and talk about some of these ideas, certainly jump in.
Thank you, Sol. Just put that in the sign-in sheet or the document that you volunteer, and that's something that we can work on.
Yeah.
Can I say something now? Sorry.
Yes, please.
Awesome. I can share my video too. I was trying to type, but I'm a slow typer, so I'll figure I'll just say it. Sorry. So I was asking if the survey includes demographic information. Perfect. And I was like, if so, I think it'd be interesting to use it to see if we're reaching students or folks who are from underrepresented groups, and if we're not, like ways to include them, try to reach out to those people from those communities. And then the second thing I wanted to just add is if we can add something about if folks have introductory natural history courses. This is part of my personal interest and work I'm doing with Carrie and such as well. One of the things I'm looking at in my research is looking at how we can use natural history collections to introduce students to different careers in STEM, and can explain more later. Or I have a session actually in Spinach on Thursday in the share field where you can get more details. So I won't pick up time here, but just if it is possible to add a question in there, it'd be really helpful, and I can explain more later. Thank you.
Yes, and of course, again, if people want to help out with the survey, we have the main skeleton from the previous one that we did, but we can of course change questions, add questions, and all of that to make the survey even better, to capture the kind of data that we're interested in capturing.
Perfect. And I just realized I didn't introduce myself. I'm sorry. I'm Adania Fleming. I'm at the University of Florida, the Florida Museum of Natural History, and I work with IDIC Bio. Thank you.
Thanks, Adania. Can we, or do you mind adding on the attendance document that you'd be interested in helping with the survey? I think you'd have some really good input on that. And we might, the results that we had from the previous survey, we might share that with the committee so everyone else can see the results that we had before.
Yes, and once again, repeating what we were saying before, SPNHC has the Zoom license, so we can start using SPNHC Zoom license for meetings within the committee and start getting more of that in a more official manner, let's say, and start having these conversations as well.
Mm-hmm. I would be interested in having semi-regular meetings of the committee throughout the year so that we can accomplish more of our goals. Certainly all of you would be invited to attend that if you would be interested in that kind of thing.
Hey, Carrie, I think it's a really good idea. This is Haley. I think it would be really good. I think lately I've been in that, like, I'm Zoom fatigued, but then when I have a new meeting with people I don't see all the time, it's really, really refreshing. And I think it would keep us going in terms of working on different initiatives. I think it's so easy for us to like forget, hi Adania, to forget what we're working on after the meetings. It's like we all go home, but now we're all at home, and I think it's a time where it's like it's possible we can make some progress.
I'm really excited that this might be a time that we actually accomplish more with SPNHC because we don't go somewhere and then come back and forget everything. We actually hopefully continue working on it. Thanks, Haley. And thank you, whoever's taking notes. Yes, definitely. If you're interested in helping out on the committee, coming to meetings, anything you're interested in, make sure you indicate it on this, the attendance sheet. And make sure you also share your email because we'll be sending an email out to anyone who said that they're interested to start scheduling meetings and blog agendas and everything else that we plan to do from here out.
Okay, so now I think we can use the last few minutes for any new business that people want to bring to the table, anything that you care about, you're interested in, you would want to see, any of that. I think it's a good idea to do it right now. You can unmute yourselves. You don't need to raise your hand, just unmute yourself and you can start talking. Unless we have, 5 people talking at the same time, we're good.
Yeah.
Because for example, I see that Soltankov has raised her hand, but I don't know if that's old or.
Hello?
Yes?
Hello, my name is Soledad Tankov. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Nice to meet you too.
Yes.
So I'm very new, as I'm always been kind of out of this conversation, as I never have the opportunity to pay and to be part of the SPNHC. So a long time ago, I did have the chance, but since long time, I don't, so I only can interact as an outsider member. So I work at the Museo Argentino de Ciencias Naturales, Bernardino Rivadavia. You know the museum?
Yes, it's in Argentina. It's in Buenos Aires.
Yes, I'm a conservator at the national system. You know, CONICET is a commission for research and technique in Argentina.
Did we lose you?
No, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So I'm very interested in getting in touch with a community of English language because it's where the knowledge is, and to be to find a way to build a bridge strongly as it has been built until now by Apoyo, which is a great organization. So it's a good chance for me to get in touch with you and to try to help to build those bridges.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Let's do it.
Okay, nice to meet you, everybody.
Nice to meet you, Soledad.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else has any new business that they would like to throw in? If you are camera shy or microphone shy, just put all the stuff in the dog, put your name in the sign-in, and we will contact you. So,
Okay.
Collaboration, Angelica, that's not a problem if you're still a student. All you need to be is a member of SPNHC. If you're a student, membership is even cheaper. So that's wonderful. And so all you need is just to become a member of SPNHC and we can start working together.
And yeah, you should be able to fill up the forms after this session. As long as you have the link, the document will stay live, so you'll still be able to fill that out.
Yes.
Yeah, and to address the other question, traditionally our committee has included many students. So just because you're a student doesn't mean you're not an emerging professional. You're still working towards your career, and I think this committee really can have a lot to offer you. So I guess that is just about everything. Thank you all for attending the committee meeting, and I look forward to working with you to work on all of our new goals, and I'll see you on Friday at the social.